You live for 1 billion years. What do you do? Spend the first 999 years procrastinating, and then realize I only have 1 year left to do everything. Cue the existential crisis. I'd probably be kept at a zoo, lab, or whatever the current dominant species uses. A billion years. We're not even talking about everybody you know dies eventually. We're talking about entire stages of evolution happening around you while you stay just the way you are. There won't be anything left resembling humans except you. Go for a walk. Adopt a civilization or two. Watch the humans go almost extinct from their own stupidity. Maybe paint the spare bedroom. Spend the first bit of it figuring out how to extend my life even further. Better to have it and not need it, right? But in all seriousness, humans can scarcely conceptualize what a billion even is, let alone put it into the frame of years lived. I'd probably live a pretty normal life for the first 100 or two, but after that, all bets are off. 1 billion years is an almost unfathomable time for a human to understand. If you were to be 1 billion today, happy birthday, you would be sitting around waiting for 500 million years for the first critters to crawl out of the ocean, and 700 million years for the precursors to the dinosaurs. All of human history is only around 200,000. 1 billion years from now, you probably want to be finding a way off this rock as the sun will have boiled the ocean away. So plan accordingly, but you have a little time. It would be a curse. I would probably go mad after a few hundred or thousand years. Everything that meant anything to me would be long gone. Then maybe whatever sane part that was left of me would start worrying about the future. In 600 million years, the sun will grow intense enough to alter the carbonate-silicate cycle, and Earth's CO2 level will drop low enough to stop photosynthesis to work. This is the beginning of the end of Earth supporting multicellular life. Now I got 400 million years of sitting on a dead rock under intense sunlight, waiting for the planet to burn to a crisp by an ever hotter sun. You could live anywhere because you'd have the knowledge to survive in the wild. I imagine everything would be extremely boring and mundane after the first 1,000 years. You'd know all there is to know and have read every book. You'd be wise. Hell, you could probably convince people you were some sort of deity, but it wouldn't bring any joy, because it would be like being in charge of idiots for an afternoon, only for them to breed other idiots in their place. We can't fathom it, but maybe you could invent things and advance technology with all the wisdom and academics you'd have learnt. Then you could at least leave Earth and travel the universe. But even that act would be very lonesome. Everyone you liked or loved would just die, and time perception would go awry. Bide my time, learning and observing, for the next 28,000 years, during which I accumulate vast knowledge of military, philosophy, theology, and the arcane. Then, around the year 30,000, when the world is but a barren husk run amok with feudal warlord techno-barbarians, emerge as a great leader at the head of a vast force of genetically modified super soldiers who unify the planet under one atheist rule. During this time, I begin a new program, creating 2019-18 suns through super science and pulling from the essence of the unreal, who are then lost to me and scattered amongst the cosmos. I embark on a vast campaign amongst the stars, both to find my lost sons and unify the vestiges of humanity lost during a great calamity that began in the 25th millennia and ended in around the time I emerged as the dominant force on Earth. Near the end of my great crusade, one of my sons will fall to ruinous powers and rebel against me, taking half of my progeny with him, and begin a great war that will almost spell doom for humanity. We will meet for a final clash aboard his flagship above Earth, and I will slay him with my last breaths. Unfortunately for me, this will not be my end, and I will be interred upon a great golden throne and kept alive through the death of thousands of psychically gifted sacrifices in constant agony as humanity clings to the great society I created, only for it to crumble into a theocratic fascist dystopia as enemies close around them.